We're back. We're back. We're back. Hey,
We did it. We're here.
freaking did it. Let's freaking go.
On a Tuesday, no less. Like, look at us, Evan.
I'm so
Look at
proud
us.
of us. Such a busy
I
week. So many
know.
things we're pushing through. I'm so freaking proud of us.
Sometimes you really should just like, ooh, like
Yeah,
you got to give it to yourself. Everybody out here, give yourself credit. You're
Give
doing
yourself
great.
some freaking
Give
love.
yourself
Sarah,
some
how are
credit.
you? It's so good to do this again. It's so
I
good to bring this one back. I'm so excited for it.
Yes. Also, I'm always lovely to see you. Always, always. But I am curious about this map behind you. I can't tell you how many people have like commented because I was talking to somebody the other week that was like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna chat with Evan next week. It's gonna be so fun." And they were like, "He's the guy with the map," and I was like, "Yeah, he does have a map." So now we need to know, like Evan, this map.
This thing I feel like is a bit
I love it.
legendary, but I don't have a great story. Like when myself and my wife moved in here, this was a nursery more than anything. So they had the
Gotcha.
crib set up, and then they have
Yeah.
like all the little decals here.
Oh, but I love it though.
It's such a good conversation starter.
Yes. Well, and this is your
Ever since
brand,
I do
man.
this. The rainbow
Oh my
borders.
God, I love
It's the
it.
cutest thing
Iconic.
ever. It is.
This right here is a good indicator, a good example of how you build brand. This is good brand. Everybody
Consistency
knows.
repeatedly, and it's like
Yeah.
the map,
It's
personality, bring it all.
even if it's accidental. Accidental brand. People know you.
Yes,
I love
yes.
it.
That's so funny. Sarah, how is life? How's this November been? How's
Oh
this
God.
week been? How are you? How are you?
So good. This has been the first Q4 that I can remember in the last probably 4 or 5 years where I have felt like I'm in the right spot at the right time. I'm feeling good. Like we are growing, things are working, and I'm just gonna like soak it in a little bit because
Mm.
man, I don't know. You always go through those years where it's just like, is any of this working? Like, am I even doing this right? Is this even a good idea for me? Maybe I should go work at Target. And then at some point you just hit it. This is a good good reminder for everybody out here. If you're hustling in e-com and you feel like it's just not working, keep freaking going. Keep going because you got to go through that weird period where people are still figuring you out and the market's still trying to figure out what to do with you. And then all of a sudden one day it just hits. So yeah, I'm feeling good. Feeling good. How's your Q4 been? How's
Uh,
things over there?
things have been super interesting. Like we're lucky at Motion
Mm,
to see so many different brands and agencies and like
yes.
what's been going on. I think one of the sentiments that we've seen pop up on Twitter, and it's also like in dialogue, is how much calmer that this BFCM has seemed compared to previous years.
Yes, I have felt that. Lots of people have been commenting on like it just doesn't feel as intense as it usually does. And I'm trying to figure out why that is. Is it AI? Is it like we're all just like it's okay? I don't know what happened.
Yeah, there's some really good assumptions out there where it's literally that people have started their like sales a lot earlier and it extended. But I'm trying to
Mm.
think
Oh
I'm
yeah, I would say
the
that.
old person now where I'm just like, where's the grit? Like, come on, these are weekends that we'd stay up the whole weekend, making sure optimizing budgets, getting the new ads into the account,
Figuring, yeah.
we know which offers are crushing it. So I'm trying to like
It's
balance between the hustle porn and like and all
I
honesty,
feel that. I feel that in my soul, especially because, like, I don't know, part of me really likes that life of just like, you better wake up because you got to be on it. Like, this whole entire weekend, you're not going to have a life. So get ready. Now it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's on autopilot.
for sure. For sure. I
Like,
feel the same way.
all of our systems are kind of just doing it. So, yeah, I miss it. And I'm also like, this is fine. I'd love to have a Thanksgiving weekend. That would be nice. So, yeah, I'm here for it. Change is good.
So good. Well, everybody who's tuning in, if this is your first time here, welcome to the party. Like we haven't done one of these since the beginning of October. It's been a while, but this is our live dial-in show. You can see the number right at the bottom there. So 437-561-5951. You can give us a call, real time, live. The last couple of times we've done this, once we had a technical glitch. So but the first time we did this, we had, I think it was 6 different callers jumping in. It was like the most fun thing ever. So
oh my gosh, I loved
we're
it.
gonna see how people are doing this Black Friday, Cyber Monday, since it might be a busy week. But if you are interested, give us a call, 437-561-5951.
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Sarah, something while we're letting it just resonate a bit with people and like hopefully get some calls in here. Sarah, one of the things that I've been thinking about quite a bit as I've been just like jumping into more of like Motion's creative strategy, transparently, is just trying to understand this idea of like, there's almost like 3 layers to it. It's like highest level, I don't want to say brand identity, but it's almost like a slogan that you can get behind.
Oh,
There's the idea
love those.
of like a messaging anchor, which needs further
Mhm.
definition. And then it's translated into hooks. So something around the actual delivery of that information. Um, it's a bit messy, and I probably can find some slides if like I'm trying to wrap my head around it. But I'm curious in your world, like specifically what I'm curious about is like that second layer that I called like a messaging anchor. Like what I'm really curious about is like, do you believe that there's such thing as a messaging anchor that can then feed so many different ads, hooks, variables, and all those different pieces? Or how are you seeing the world?
I do, mostly because, I mean, stemming back to probably like the 1940s, 1950s, people started using like internal messaging filters for their teams. So we had things like our brand values, right? Our mission statement, whatever it was. I think brands understood, businesses and people inside businesses understood that if you don't have like a core central kind of like North Star for the business, it's actually really hard to keep people on the same consistent voice and tone over and over and over, especially over years and years and years. Very difficult to do that, mostly because everybody's got their own personality and their own way that they see the brand and they see the marketing. So I personally, I love taglines. I'm so sad we've gotten away from it. The big brands still have them because they understand the value of them. Little brands, I mean, you're not little. If you guys are making any sort of cash, like even in the millions, I'm like, you're not a little brand. You're amazing. Any brand, smaller than Coke or Pepsi, you guys need a tagline. You need something that's outside of the mission statement, the values, the things that you hold internally to tell the world what you're about, what you stand for, who you are, what you're going to like die, right? On like the hill you're going to die on, basically. I have one for Tether, but it's weird. So I'm like, I don't even know if I want to share this with people because it's not very well like formulated. Our our tagline is people are people.
Yeah.
People are people, because the majority of what we do at Tether is all about research, avatars, understanding human psychology, understanding like how do you actually apply the research and the data that you're pulling in to your marketing. So we live in market research realm. So I like to tell people all the time, people are just people. Humans are just humans. Like you can't really turn them into some sort of a machine. You can't just go off of demographics anymore. You can't just assume that they're going to respond just because you put it out. So it needs more fighting. But in general, everybody should have a tagline that's just like, this is what we do. This is what we stand for. This is what we believe in. Yeah.
So that's super solid because I think, so first of all, I see Carolina in the chat. She says, yes. So shout out to Carolina.
Hey.
If you want to get this call, dial in 437
Come on in.
5951. Come on. Join the conversation. But the part that's like quite interesting to me, I'm gonna share my screen as I'm like, because I call this the mind maze. It's like trying to find the answer as you go.
I love this. Okay.
You see this thing where it says like product, audience, messaging, anchor, messaging, and visual, creative. So, product and audience, I think like is more obvious for anyone who's tuning in, where it's just like, your product, that'll inform who you want to go after, and then like understanding the research there. I specifically want to talk about messaging anchor and below.
Okay,
so the interesting part to me here is like the goal of a messaging anchor is something that's a little bit more specific than, okay, we have our caller. So we can come
I love it. Join the conversation. Come on in.
We can come back to this. This is so much fun. Okay, hold on.
I love these.
Call from Nate Lagos.
Ah!
Nate.
Yes, Nate. Bring it on in.
Mic check. Hello, hello.
Nate.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
It worked. First of all, props to Evan. The tech worked. Hi. This is my co-host, everybody.
Hey, it's so good to meet you, man. I hear about you all the time from Sarah. I hear about you all the time. I'm so happy to talk to you.
Yeah, likewise. I'm excited to be on the show.
Killer in the space.
Awesome. So to join the conversation, there's two things. It's like any questions that you might have or any thoughts of like how your Black Friday, Cyber Monday go, or you can literally just join our conversation. Like we're talking about a bunch right now.
Yeah, no, I was watching and I wanted to double click on something that Sarah tweeted about last week. Sarah, you said that we were like misled as when we wanted to start with why. And the confuse me because I feel like that's what we do and it goes well. Would love to hear more from both of you on that.
Oh, okay, yes. For anybody that didn't see this tweet, I incited a lot of rage when I told people this. So it was a tweet that I had last week, literally just a thought formulation in my head, because Sarah likes to challenge my own beliefs constantly. One of the thoughts that I was trying to process was like, why do we always start with the why when it comes to like what we're looking at with our customers? And yes, okay, you found it. Yes. I think this might have been the worst thing that we could have told marketers to go find, the why. Now, to Nate's point, I literally gave no context. So apologies for everybody who saw this and was like, Sarah's freaking nuts. Like she's lost it in her little office over there. The reason why I brought this up was because I had this really like big epiphany when I was working with a brand. I was doing some consulting with them last week where it was just like, they were so hungry for the one core truth of why. Like they just kept asking me over and over and over, well, there's gotta be more. They just like, I kept telling them, you have so much data. Like, you know exactly what your customers need, what their like pain points are. Look at all these really interesting things that you can work off of. And this kind of goes into this conversation that Evan and I are having about like, let's talk about what you guys stand for as a brand, what kind of personality you want. This is the reason why. I think trying to find one specific North Star why is a bad idea. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't go find different whys that like your customers are really interested in and need in your life. But in general, I don't think that core why is helpful because it causes us to believe that there's one truth, not many. Yeah.
So interesting. We might have lost Nate. So Nate, if you're
Nate!
feel free to come back in so we can hear your thoughts too, for sure. I'm wondering, Sarah, like as I hear you talk about it, I think like, let me know if my interpretation is correct. It's like we can start to intuitively understand there's many whys. The real exercise is how do we then say it?
Yes, yes, yes,
Right?
yes. And I can't tell you too, because I've been looking at this now for like a couple weeks since I posted the tweet. And since Nate was like, what are you talking about? Shout out to Nate. Good, thank you for challenging me to just formulate and get a little bit more clear on stuff. Yay! Thank you, Nate. Yes, for this particular piece of it, I have found that there's too many whys for us to be able to actually like capture all of them. Because some people, we can really just take like motion as a really good example of this. So Nate's pushing me hard on this. He's like, what do we start with then? Give me the answer. And this is what I'm talking about is like in marketing, we are so keen on finding one thing. Tell me the thing that's going to blow up my business. Tell me the creative that I can make that's going to make this ad account just explode again. Tell me the one thing. There is no one thing. There is no one thing. For motion, you guys solve a lot of problems for a lot of people. Some people are so visually focused that they need your guys' ecosystem and interface just to be able to tell what's going on. And that's a good enough solution for them. I need motion because I can't deal with my creative without what they show me. Some people need way deeper analytics, which you guys are super keen and really good at doing. So they go to you for that. So everybody's going to have their own why. What you guys decide to put out there really does make the difference between whether people come in or not. So to Nate's point, what do we start with? We start with whens, which helps a ton. So instead of going after like your core why is you just want better creative analytics, better creative data, all this different stuff, you can't make that the only because there's all these other people over here that may not resonate deeply with that message. But to Evan's point, the brands get to decide what's our internal why, and then how do we wrap that why in a package to all these different whens, which I can dive deeper into this if you guys want to, but that's kind of how I think of it.
Can you describe the whens a little bit further?
Yes. So one of my whens is specifically for you guys. A wen is I had a brand a couple weeks ago who was bringing me spreadsheets that they were trying to track all of their conversion rates and their hook rates and all these different things. And I was like, can you guys show me specifically how you can tell in this giant spreadsheet what's working? And they were like, no. No, we don't know because we'd have to go through and we have tables set up and like we have all these different like heat maps and things. And I was like, too much, guys. Like your creative team is not going to be able to tell what is working and what's not. Please just go get set up on motion real quick. Like go get a collection going. And then I could show your team specifically which ones are working. And then we can go through and identify the whys. But for now, I can't do anything with this. So when we're talking about when comes into play when people are starting to hit these walls that just are so consistent. It's a repetitive issue that keeps coming up over and over and over. So yeah,
Huge.
point
Huge.
wins.
So meeting them where they are in their process and like
Yeah.
making sure it comes together. I'm
Yeah.
trying to marry it with like when we think of whys. Am I sharing my right screen? When we think of whys, I think like when we start with the product and audience,
Mhm.
what are people doing with their research? Are they trying to find out their why, or are they trying to figure out like how to say it? Like what is the main thing they're looking to accomplish? Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm now.
Yeah, whenever I see anybody say that we need more data, typically they're looking for a one true why. They're looking for a diamond. And they're bypassing all of these like sapphires and rubies and gems and like beautiful, wonderful things that could also bring in a lot of cash to find the diamond. And they keep looking for it. They just can't stop themselves. That's why I'm like, stop, look at all these wins. Like, look at all these diamonds, like all these different things that are sitting right around you. That you could just pick them up. Stop looking for the one true why. Look instead for all the little things that could possibly bring someone in.
I love that so much because it's emphasis on the why, singular,
Yes.
not pure.
Singular why.
Because it's like there could be so many freaking whys, and that's great. Like that expands the options so much of what you can do at that point, right?
Yes. So to Nate's point, because I know him and he's going to come back and be like, "Sir, you didn't explain this very well." Okay, I'm going to explain it. Why, right? Lots and lots of why. Thank you. Yes. Don't ignore those sapphires, man.
I love
Nate,
this.
you crack me up.
I
Yes.
love this.
So what does this mean? Sarah, you're telling me I shouldn't find out why people are purchasing from me? No. What I'm saying is don't go for a functional why. Right? So if somebody's coming to you and you're a supplement brand, don't just go hard at like people want better health. That's why they come in and buy from us. No, that's one reason why. That's not the reason why, right? And it literally the reason they come in for your particular product is not nearly as important as the emotional reason they're trying to come in and solve this. So when I go through and look at these whens, these whys, all these different things, all I want to know is there an emotional something that a large amount of people are trying to solve? That's a why that I can go after, right? One of many. So for instance, sometimes the emotional reason for somebody buying supplements might just be, I want to take care of like my health better, which typically means I feel guilty that I'm not doing something I should be doing. They're sitting in this mode of like guilt. I can solve guilt for a lot of different people. Doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, what gender you are. Like a lot of people sit in that particular emotional state. So I'd rather go after that why, that emotional why, not necessarily the functional one of just like improve your health, if that makes sense.
Makes a ton of sense.
Yeah. Emotional wise.
Emotional wise, everybody. If anyone has any follow-ups, dial in 437-561-5951. I'm trying my little radio show here.
I love
it. Those pieces. So I think this actually bleeds, as you alluded to, nicely into the conversation that like we had kicked off. And the part that I'm curious about is like, again, that middle piece of messaging anchor. Because during the first two steps of product and audience, the way that I view it is like you're understanding, let's avoid the functional whys, but it could fall into that too. But it's like drinking from a fire hose. Like what are the pains? What are the emotional desires? Everything else that stacks up there. And then it's just a question of how do you start to say that? And I think like when I think of a messaging anchor, this is what it isn't. So it's like if HexClad just did durable pants, like that's not powerful enough to me as like a messaging anchor at that point to be able to tie it together.
Yeah.
But if they did something else, it could then bleed into so many other versions. Sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place as I go through my own mind maze here. But I'm curious
this
if you have
makes 100%.
Sarah.
This makes 100% sense to me. And this is the same thing. Don't go after that functional why.
I don't know if I can hear you anymore. Are you on mute? Or is this my issue?
Nope. Can you hear me? Is that better? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
2 seconds. Is that better? Let me change my mic. Did that work? Is that better? It broke halfway through. No. Evan, where did you go? There's something
we can
about
still
this.
hear Sarah.
Okay.
This means it's my mic that's broken.
Evan can't hear me. Oh no.
Okay, Sarah, you're gonna no, you're good. You're good. This is gonna happen. I'm gonna drop and then you're gonna host for a sec, answer, and then I'm gonna come back.
I'm down. Okay. Oh, we made it halfway through, and then all of a sudden it just like kicked off. No more of that. Okay, yay, thank you. I'm so glad you guys can still hear me. To Evan's point, this is the reason why I'm like super keen on this idea of taglines. Does that work?
Nope, but it's okay.
Oh no.
Don't worry. I'll figure it out in the background.
We'll fake it till we make it. Okay, so this is the reason why, though. I personally believe that every brand should choose their own why internally and then wrap that why and go after all of these different whens outside of the brand. And Nate knows that I'm like super obsessed with this right now, mostly because I truly believe that like once you get past like messaging and you get like a little bit deeper into like basically like arcs or like customer avatars, those type of things, it gets so messy that it's very difficult to figure out where we should go, what we should put in place. So oftentimes I will come in, I'll take a look at the core why that these brands are trying to go towards, because everyone has one, just the why that we think is going to change the business. Then I'll go through and dissect why they believe that, right? Why do you think that, you know, durable pans is what you should go after? Who told you that was a thing? Why is that important? Once we get to that point where it's like, okay, maybe the marketing team just got this idea from the founder, or maybe the marketing team just has this assumption, then we'll break it apart and say, why would anybody want a durable pan? So you got to like go further down into like the meat of it, especially when you're starting to look at like customer avatars or deep messaging or like core messaging to the brand. Why? Just keep asking, like, is this even important? Are we optimizing for the right thing at all? Or do we need to go somewhere else because of what the market is telling us, what our data is telling us, those type of things? So with your team, anybody who's on a team this week, go out and take a look at, why does our team believe there is one core why? Is there a core why? Or are there several, which I'm telling you right now there are. And then also, let's go deeper into those particular pieces of our customers and see if we can figure out what it is that's driving those things. So this is the reason why I typically go after the emotional whys, just because they apply to a larger TAM. So a great example of this for anybody who's in here is just like, oh my God, Sarah, get to the point. For anybody who's in here, take a look at what Snickers does. Snickers, I can't get off of them. Like, they are so good at marketing. I can't even handle it. So in the past couple of years, I think this was started in like 2010. Snickers started running these ads that were talking a lot about like, if you're hangry, grab a Snickers. And they partnered with Betty White and like a bunch of celebrities, and they had people doing everyday random things. And then they would show like they were getting progressively more aggressive in the ad. The hungrier they got, the worse they got. The ad ended with like, hey, you need to eat. You know, Betty White would take a bite of the Snickers, and then it was just like, oh, she's better now. You know, she's like a normal person. This is freaking hilarious. A very good mechanism. They were using humor to be able to do this.
Damn.
Is it not working? Oh no.
I know you can hear me. I can't hear you.
I can hear you.
I don't think anyone wants this to work. Like, this is what's happening. I don't think anyone wants it to work. I'm gonna try one more. Maybe I can dial in, and that's all.
You got it. Okay. While Evan's trying to fix
this is so brutal. Oh my gosh.
I
We've
so
tried
bad
twice
now.
now, and it's failed. It started
I
working this
know.
time,
which is so weird because it was working there
now.
for like half a second, and then no, it's not working. But with the stickers, they chose one specific universal thing that their customers could grab onto, which was hangry. They didn't just say, go grab a Snickers because it's delicious and there's candy involved. They chose a universal emotional why that people can all grab onto. One of many, but this is just the one that worked for them. Oh, Nate, you want to come in? Dial in, Nate. Oh, and now I can't hear you, Evan. This show is so sad because like it's such a good show, and the tech on this, guys, we've been trying to work on this for several weeks, and it just every time not happening. I don't know. We can't hear you, or I can't hear you. We're doing our best, guys. Sometimes even technology just isn't having a good day. I don't know. I can't hear Evan at all. Okay. Oh, everybody. Apologies. Thank you so much for your patience, everybody. All right. Let's see if Nate can come in. Nate, you want to come on in here? Nate, I'm going to send this to you, and you're going to randomly come in today, and it's going to be great. Nate. Nate might come in and just chat with us for a half a second. This is just so strange because it works. Okay. Evan's going to go back, and he's going to see if he can figure this out. I just sent a random message to Nate to see if he's got a second to come in and chat with us about this particular topic. Don't mind us. Technical issues are just our jam. Anyways, back to our conversation. So for Snickers, they chose this particular topic of hangry to be their emotional kind of why that they were going to wrap the whole brand around. That was an internal decision based upon like, how do we get people to see us in a particular way? So go back to your team this week. Ask them, what's the one core why? What do our customers actually come in and buy from us for? Double check to see if everybody's why is the same. If it is not, good chance that everybody in your team is probably developing messaging in a real random way that is not going to get you to where you want to go. Second thing you need to do, challenge that and say, is there one why? Is there one functional why that we could actually say people are coming in and purchasing our pans, our supplements, our dog food, whatever it is off of this? If that one core why is not a thing, if it's just like, we can't definitively say people are only coming into the brand for this specific reason, let's explore all the other reasons that people might be coming into the brand to buy from us. The last thing I would say you could do, come in here and ask yourselves, is there an emotional why, like hangry, like a universal thing that everybody might experience that we might be able to like hone in on? And again, I could be totally wrong here. Like, and this is the reason why I love that Nate challenges me on this. And a lot of people challenge me on this. There's always something interesting though about thinking about, is this true? And this is the reason why I posted it out here. I was like, I don't know that this one true why is a thing, but I do think that there is one specific universal why that people could, which I guess is probably the same thing. This is the reason why. You should always go through and double check your own processes on this, because half the time you might be wrong, but you might also find out something really interesting. So in Sarah's view of this, I don't think there's one why that every customer will come in. If you run this message every single time, this is just going to blow up the business. I think there are multiple reasons that people functionally come into a brand. I think if you're going to choose one true why, it should be internal to the brand. It should not necessarily be something that your customers tell you, specifically because customers don't typically know what they want, but also because if I can say Snickers is like the brand that you come to when you're just done being hangry, and this is a universal experience, then we have a much better chance of like making it happen and roll it through. Oh, Nate's here, but he's backstage. Nate, I don't have control over that. Let me see. Evan, I need you to Nate is backstage. Guys, we're crushing it. Can you tell that we're professionals over here? No, everybody here is lovely. We're all doing a great job. It's just, man, I can't tell you. Evan has showed me the back end of this thing, and it is like highly complex what he set up. So props to Evan for figuring this out, because you have to have several looping kind of technologies that all link to each other to be able to hear me, Evan, and like our callers at the same time. So appreciate your patience on all this. Is that better?
Yo,
Oh, Nate's here.
what's going on?
Crashing the party.
Anytime
Everybody.
you need me to tag in, just let me know. I love the multiple why thing. I want to jump right into it.
Thank you. Okay, because now I'm like, guys, am I dumb?
No,
This is
you're good. And
stupid.
I'm so glad you explained it, because when you tweeted that, I was like, well, then what's Sarah on retainer for? Because I'm currently paying her to, I think, find our why. Like, what's going on?
That's amazing. I don't think there's one true core why, and I'm so glad that Nate came on here. For anybody who doesn't know, this is Nate Legos, brilliant marketer, amazing person.
No, I'm all right.
But
no,
I'm glad that you bring it up though, because please challenge me if you think I'm wrong.
I think the perfect example of this, I'm gonna bring it up, is whiskey.
Okay, yes.
Here's
Thank
why.
you. I was like, I'm racking my brain trying to think of a good example.
Some people are gonna try to drink the pain away. They're sad. They're in a dark spot, so they go buy the same bottle of Jack. But sometimes you buy that bottle of Jack to celebrate, to party, because you're happy.
True.
And it's
that's
if you
a good
only
point.
marketed to one of those demos, you're missing, 50%. So I love
this
that.
is the reason why I think the big brands know this, and you and I on the podcast, shout out to Braindead Brands. Go listen to our podcast if you guys want to. Shameless plug. Will Leach, who is a behavior scientist, came on our podcast a couple weeks ago. He only works with the big brands, and he specifically told us the big brands don't do any sort of performance marketing. Like
Yeah.
they don't care what comes off the back of their ads because they're big, obviously, but also because they're all in on brand. They
Yeah.
only think about what are we trying to say? Who are we trying to be? What are we trying to embody? And I think too many of these like smaller brands forget that's a piece of the business.
Yeah.
It's like a critical part. So I want to know what your thoughts are on how to develop this. Because it's easy to look at the big brands and what they do and be like, "Pfft, it's Snickers. Of course they know how to do this." For anybody else, how?
Yeah, I
How-
think, I mean, start with customer research for sure. That's
Yeah.
why Sarah is on retainer for me. But I also think like just different messaging testing is like such a good way to really have a conversation with your customers. Their
Yeah.
half of the conversation is just like their purchasing behavior. I don't really trust customers to like self-report the core
Yeah.
reasons why or how they feel about anything.
Yep.
But like they will tell you with their behavior when you throw out different messages to them.
Yeah.
And like that's been such a big learning for me. It's like, oh, like, you know, there wasn't a single customer at OG that ever told us like, hey, my legacy is really important to me. Because people don't talk like that. That's insane.
True.
And then we couldn't
So
ask
true.
that question. We couldn't say like, hey, is your legacy important to you? Because everyone would be like, yeah, I guess.
Oh, okay. So
But
this
when we
okay,
ran copy
continue.
that spoke to it and purchasing behavior went through the roof, it's like, hey, people
Yes.
care about that thing.
Well, I think, and I would love to hear your take on personality, like brand personalities, because I had a brand just this week who hadn't run a founder email like almost ever. Ran one this week, immediate. I mean, just like
Yeah.
the best ad they've ever ran, like completely crushed all of their benchmarks. And it was because the tone was like, "Hi, I'm founder. Like,
Yep.
I built this brand because of XYZ. I just wanted to make it easy for you. If you guys want to try it out, go get something. Like, come back and tell me how it works for you." The reason he did this is because I told him that you used to run emails called Marketer Nate.
Yep.
And like it freaking crushed.
Yep.
This type of stuff. I'm like, I think I'm starting to formulate a hypothesis that personalization in 2026 is going to be more about internal voice, not external.
Oh, that's super interesting.
Yeah. In 2015-ish, it used to be that you have to put the name at the beginning of the email, like, "Hi, Sarah, here's something for you today." I don't think that's what it's going to be. I think personality and personalization in 2026 is going to be like, "Hey, team. Hey, fam. Hey, whatever. This is Marketer Nate. Here's what I got for you today."
Yeah, love it.
I think it's going to be creator driven.
So I think
It'll be really interesting.
this ties in perfectly with your tagline for Tether that you kicked off the episode of "People are people," right?
People are
That's
people.
it.
Yeah.
I already sent you a paragraph in DMs on how to improve that. By
Thank
the way,
you.
because how I think we
That's
should be
amazing.
thinking about it is like, hey, it's not B2B, it's not B2C, it's people to people. Always.
People to people.
Like that's what it is. Yeah,
Ooh,
put that
I
on your
love
homepage
this.
right now.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'm putting on my homepage.
And like I think that's what some of the like founder and like employee personalities can do for your brand is like, hey, kind of like take the veil down, like stop trying to look good, take the Instagram filter off.
Yes.
And
Yes.
be like, hey, I'm Nate. This is a thing that I care about. If you're on this email, you probably care about it somewhat too.
Yes.
Here it is.
Yeah. So true. I love this idea, like people to people. I read a book a long time ago that was like People Over Profit. And it was a decent book, like not one of my favorite books. But I love the concept of what this guy was saying because his whole shtick was just like, we're not focused on profit. Profit's like basically a symptom of what happens when you do good work with good people and you're trying really hard to make sure that that person has a good experience with you. And this is something that I think every brand can get into deeply. It's just, how can we do better for the people that are in here?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Well, and I love that you keep using the word personality.
Personality.
Because I think that's like a much more concrete way to look at like brand and like how to build a brand. It's like, no, think of your business as a person.
Human.
If you invited them to dinner on Friday, what are they going to act like? What are they going to talk like? What jokes are they going to make and laugh at? What are they going to order to drink and eat? Like, think about those questions for your brand, and all of a sudden, like brand activations and where to put brand dollars makes way more sense.
Yes. And from the creative side, it makes it a whole lot easier when you know the personality. So I've done this workshop with a couple different brands. Where you sit down with your team and decide if our brand was a person, who would it be? So you literally sit down and write our brand's personal name would be XYZ. Their personality would be bubbly or fun or like serious or like whatever it is, right? Pick it and then write a backstory write a backstory for this particular person. There's and this is a little bit of like tactics taken from movies. Like if you're gonna write a personality for a character, or even novelists do this a lot, you have backstory and backstory and backstory. Like go check out what what is his name? George Martin, the guy that wrote Game of Thrones. Check out the backstories for his characters. It's like pages and pages and pages and pages. It seems ridiculous to do this, but the reason you're doing this is because you have to know, why would anybody behave the way this brand is behaving, right? Yep. Why does Liquid Death feel the way they feel? Because they got a deep backstory for the personality that they've chosen for this particular brand. Kind of angsty, somebody who is misunderstood. That type of like personality only gets developed if you have a serious history behind you. Now, oftentimes, and I'd love your take on this, oftentimes I find that we build personalities off of the founder. I don't necessarily think that that's the way to do it. Evan!
Okay. Hello?
Ah, I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Oh my gosh, I can hear you guys.
Yay! Evan,
let's go. Welcome back. Do you want me to leave?
You know how much I was sweating? You know how much? No, man. Hang out.
You did it. You did it.
Carrying it. Like, geez. Like, this is, I'm so sorry. This is horrible. This is horrible.
You got it. I'm so glad it worked. You figured it out. That's good. That's good.
But I don't think the world wants us to do a dial-in show. Like, I think that's what my conclusion is from this. Like, it works for one call, then says, hey, everybody, jokes, not going to work anymore. It's like, what in the hell?
Unfortunately, the tech is just like, guys, that was exhausting. We can't do another call.
Yeah.
You know, that's fine. We're trying. You know, you test things. We're in deep in personality talk, though. So, you join in on this.
Yeah, Sarah. Finish your thought on founder versus brand personality.
So we're trying to figure out, Evan, like how do you create a good personality for your brand? Because you were talking about taglines. How do you figure out what you're missing? Your core reason for existing as a brand is that, I think, is a thing. Your core why as a brand is one why. That's it. You only got one. To develop that, though, comes down to how do you pick a personality for the brand and stay consistent with it over time? What I was kind of posing to Nate was like, oftentimes I think we build the personality based upon the founder, which can work as long as the founder's cool with that and wants to stay in the brand for literally ever. What happens if that's not the case anymore? How do you develop that?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of overlap between the founder personality and the brand personality, but it shouldn't be an exact copy. Like, even if you think about where I'm at Adapt now, like, I think we are in one of the unique brands where like the founder story matters a ton.
Yeah.
He was a doctor for 20 years. Saw holes in our current system of medicine and supplementation that he needed to fill, found, you know, clinically backed ingredients to formulate supplements that address the root cause of people's health issues. Yeah. That matters a ton.
Yeah, I would agree.
But the Adapt customer is not dedicating 20 years to their health. They have not studied it. They have not, you know, they've done some research, but not to the level of someone who is a practicing physician. Yeah. So a ton of overlap there. We need to use that to kind of establish our own credibility and authority, but then we need to put it in language that a 45-year-old mom can understand quickly. It supports the little bit of research that she's done. And then we're basically asking her to like trust the brand based on our experience. But I think translating the founder story to what it means for the customer is where you really find your brand voice.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. What are your thoughts on this, Evan? Because you guys are deep in like performance, creative, all this type of stuff. How do we take this all the way down to creative? So this is very high level.
First of all, Nate, what's up, man? It's good to meet you in person. This is dope.
Hey, dude.
This is super dope. This is super dope. Second of all, I completely agree with what Nate's saying. The interesting thing to me is like that founder brand will continue to live on. Like, I think in the example of, okay, I'm selling a specific product and it's just like, how do I hand that off to connect it with the customer? Perfect. But the founder should have flexibility if they want to do something else, that like they've built up this brand that they can start to leverage. So that gets interesting. I'm trying to, like, when I think of like tying it to ads, I think selfishly, what I'm curious to get both of your opinions on is like going back to that idea of like slogan, tagline, whatever it might be. It's like, how do both of you define what a hook is? Like, what does that mean to you? And curious, maybe Sarah, you can kick us off, and then go to Nate after.
I'm probably gonna get some hate from this. The core definition for most people for a hook is predominantly something that just stops the scroll. It's just an interesting line of text. It's an interesting script. It's an interesting view, whatever it is. I personally think hooks in particular are supposed. The original version of a hook was for fishing, and fishing has to do with what bait are you using, what fish are you going after. A hook is not just to get anybody to stop. For Sarah, a hook is more of an identity connector. So whatever hook you're using, sometimes it doesn't even have to pertain to like getting people to stop and just like, look intensely. My definition of a hook is more, it's anything that gets the identity of a person to activate internally. So it doesn't have to be something sensationalized. It doesn't have to be attention grabbing. It doesn't have to be scroll stopping. Sometimes, I mean, hooks for Sarah, some of the stuff that I watch on TikTok are literally just like somebody panning over mountain scenes because I'm stressed out and I'm in my urban office and I'm like, I just need something calm in my day. So I'll go to TikTok and just watch somebody filming a mountain stream or whatever it is. That's a hook for Sarah because it's a part of who I am. So anything that slows down an identity long enough for them to pay attention, I'd say.
Yeah, I would have said that differently, but the same. Like, I think I do love the like bait and hook fishing and like analogy.
Thank you. I was like, it's for fish, isn't it?
But yeah, for me, like a hook is something that gets the right person's attention at the right time.
There you go. Simple way to say.
So like, for me, like seeing an ad for Domino's Pizza at 8 a.m. is not good for me.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. 8 p.m. on the other hand,
Good
that's
hook.
gonna grab my attention for sure. So like I take it a step further than like just the who, but it's the when as well. And yeah, that's it. I've seen so many people turn hooks into like, how can we get the most attention? I think that's fundamentally wrong. I think you should be trying to get the right attention and more importantly, the right intention from the people who are seeing it.
I love that. Because the main reason that I ask is like, you guys are elite at what you do. There's so many people who are just jumping into the industry now that are learning this stuff for the first time. So they might hear hook and be like, all right, what the heck is that? And it's just like how to start embodying and coaching people around that is stuff that comes to mind for me. Because what you both didn't mention, which honestly might be implied, is like, hey, like it's tied to a metric. You look at the first 3 seconds of a video. And like a lot of people bring it to that level. But both of you said like the psychology behind it and what you say. And why I'm bringing this up, Nate, I'm not sure if you had a chance to see that when I was sharing my screen. It was this like product, audience, messaging anchor. Did you have a chance to see that one? Okay. Yep. So something that I'm curious about is like that messaging anchor that we were talking about, Sarah, is that actually the same as a hook? So I'm wondering if I can share my screen and like show you guys a couple examples and then we just like break them down live if that works.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
So the first,
I do have a call at the top of the hour, by the way. I don't know how long this show
First of all, Nate, you're the best. Like you're the freaking best. You are the freaking best. Oh my gosh.
Coming to jam with us. I think we only go till top of the hour, so we're good.
We only go to top of the hour. Yeah, we only go to top of the hour, but you're the best, man. Jesus.
Okay. I love this ad. This hooked me right away. I'll tell you why.
We don't even have to watch
John
it yet.
Daly.
I love this.
Sorry, is it a video?
It is a video.
Sorry.
It is a video. So I think let's watch a little bit of it. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it once I start it off. But let's watch a little bit of it and then take from there.
Your wallet sucks. That's why we invented the Ridge wallet. Hey, I'm Daniel, one of the founders of Ridge. My dad and I realized that most wallets are falling apart, stuffed to the max, and barely fit in your back pocket. So we set out to create something better. After years of trial and error and perfecting the design, we launched the Ridge wallet. Ridge is built to last a lifetime. It's made from high quality materials and is the perfect balance of modern style, premium materials, and durability. And the best part—
Let me know if you want me to keep playing it, but I feel like we have enough to talk about.
Yeah, that's good.
Right?
All right. So the opening frames got me hard. That's John Daly. He's a former professional golfer. And this guy was the man.
Identity alignment. Look at how Nate knows who this is. I looked at this and I was like, oh, look at his nice beard. This looks like a nice name. I have no idea who this is. Like, who is this?
This guy would smoke cigs and drink Crown and Cokes all day on the course and smoke everyone. Like he was the man. So that got me right away.
Fascinating.
To me, and I hesitate to critique anything that Ridge does because they've done like $1 billion in revenue. But my only critique would be like the rest of the ad is not connected to that identity at all. It gets into the story of the founder, the quality of the products, which are important to get to at some point. But for this hook, I'd rather marry it up with something that's like, hey, it's rugged enough that when you throw it in your golf bag or when you lose it on the floor of the bar bathroom that night, it'll hold up. It's fine. Like if you were going to use this, you know, party golfer as a hook, I'd make the rest of the ad kind of match that vibe.
Fascinating.
You think, Sarah?
I think, and this is Sarah's personal point of view, there are multiple hooks in this ad. And in every ad, especially in UGC or video, there are multiple hooks. This didn't hook me until about 7 to 10 seconds in because I'm a different avatar. And this is why I'm like, guys, multiple whys. Nate was hooked in second 1. I was hooked in second, probably 7 or 8 in here because we started to look at manufacturing. And I was like, oh, dang, I had no idea this is how they made it. Like, this is interesting. If I'm a woman that saw that first hook, it's a nice guy with a beard. Santa, I don't know. Who is this person? Like, he looks like a nice guy. Great. Like, I think he's a golfer. I see a golf thing. But if I'm like a female who's shopping for my husband, which I am this Christmas for a new wallet, I'm not going to get hooked until I get into manufacturing. And then I'm like, wow, he's going to love this. Consumer Casey's going to freaking love this because he does anything innovative. So this is why I'm kind of like, hooks are so difficult for me because I think everybody wants it to be the first 3 to 5 seconds of the ad. It's typically not for everyone. It is for Nate.
Would you have watched it until you were hooked, or would you have scrolled?
Yes, mostly because I liked the beginning side of this, and I thought it was going to go in a completely different. I thought it was Santa.
Yeah, you didn't see the
sorry,
sig.
everybody.
You didn't see the sig. Didn't see the sig.
It flipped
That's
to the
okay.
next
Then maybe it
screen
works.
so fast. I was just like, what is this guy doing? And of course, like, this isn't in my feed, so I have no idea what naturally my behavior would.
Yeah.
If we're looking at this in a vacuum, I would have watched at least until like 10 seconds in. So in my mind, there are multiple hooks that exist within a video, and it's our job just to make the video interesting enough to get multiple avatars to stop. And that's it.
I love it.
Love it.
I love it.
Ooh, this was a good one, Evan. Dang.
The one thing that I want to ask you both is like something. So when we talk about a hook in the first 3 to 5 seconds, usually what people are describing are some version of visual, some version of audio, and then the text that you're seeing along the way.
Yeah.
And it's just like what's happening in that situation. I think for me, it's like kind of going back to what I was mentioning earlier of a messaging anchor. Something that stood out for me immediately is like, what do you hear in the first 3 seconds? Like literally the words. It's like,
Your wallet sucks.
Yes.
That's why we invented the Ridge wallet.
Yeah.
Now, I do like what they do here where like the visual, the text, and the audio are not the same hook.
Mm-hmm.
I think that triples the people that they're going to stop here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's super important. I've been thinking a lot about this with organic content lately, but I think it works for ads. Like if the visual and if the text and the audio matched the visual, Sarah would have scrolled immediately.
Yeah.
If it was about like, hey, John Daly likes to get fucked up on the course and has a wad of cash stuffed in his Ridge wallet, and so should you, she would have been like, all right. Like,
I would have been out.
But somewhere between the audio and the text, she got hooked in. When for me, it only took the visual.
Yeah. Oh, fascinating.
Basically, what I'm wondering is like I talked about anchor messaging earlier, because when we get to this level, it's almost like script writing and storyboarding. Like the individual takes it away and says like, what is my messaging and what visual formats do I play with? So it's like founder story, this is the hook, this is how I'm going to say it, all that stuff. But like the key messaging anchor can be displayed in so many different like visual formats, essentially. So I think like what I love both of your opinions on, it's like when I watch a video like this, the anchor for me that's used all across their account and all of their other ads is
Your wallet sucks. That's why we invented the Ridge wallet.
Yeah.
That one.
Internally.
That one right there.
Yep.
So going back to
like they get to their like core USP presented visually very quick in everything they do.
It's better than durable wallet. It's better than slim wallet. You know, it's like your wallet sucks. Cut straight to the core. You're like, damn, all right. And I've seen them do ads where you like cut it up, like they tear their wallets, all that kind of stuff.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But I want to contrast this.
Well, and like
Oh, go ahead, man.
maybe that's why the rest of the ad doesn't match the vibe the way that I would expect, is because their TAM is so big.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it really
every
is.
man basically, and some women. So maybe like the rest of the video doesn't need to match the party golf vibe that I got sucked in on, because then it just immediately shows the pain point that I might have of like, hey, by the fact that you watched second 3, we probably know like you're a dude. That's cool. Doesn't your big bulky wallet suck?
Yep.
So that might be why the rest of the ad isn't about partying. Sorry, I want every ad to just be about whiskey. The whole
A giant party all over the place.
I think whiskey makes great ads.
I'm
I
basically
love
talking
that.
about like the next 1,000 people who are jumping into this career. It's like where to start. It's like, hey, focus on hooks, but it's like, what about hooks? And there's something so pure and direct response, especially with ads, like direct response is the skill, where it's like having to focus in there and make that happen is so important. I know we only have 5 minutes left. Can I show you another one real quick that we can talk about and like get your thoughts on?
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm gonna switch to a SaaS product, so something that like not everyone sees all the time, but Descript. And let's check it out.
So these nuggets are made from chicken, but they're made to emulate the taste of like non-chicken nuggets. So these nuggets are made from chicken, but they're made to emulate the taste of non-chicken nuggets. Dope. Let's boost that sound quality. Emulate the taste of non-chicken nuggets. Emulate the taste of non-chicken nuggets. Dope. Non-chicken nuggets. Non-chicken nuggets. But they're made to emulate the taste of vegan nuggets. Sounds tasty.
Descript is getting good, man. Dang.
Can you show the first couple seconds again?
Yeah.
So these nuggets are made from chicken, but they're made to.
Interesting.
Well, I'm a podcaster, so it got me.
As podcasters, how do you feel about this one? Like, what are the thoughts that come up?
Yeah, I've been introducing myself as a professional podcaster lately.
That's amazing.
The people who live near me in rural South Carolina don't get it at all.
That's amazing.
But yeah, I mean, like for me, I think me and Sarah both edit our own pods.
Yeah.
Which sucks. We hate it. I
takes a
think
lot
we
of
both hate
time.
it a ton. So yeah, I mean, like super strong hook, and then I love this is like the one case where I think like going hard on features actually makes sense. Because like it's very nice to see the steps of the process that it can take over for me. Usually I'm like obviously not a big like feature heavy marketing guy. But when the problem is like this niche, I like seeing the examples of it after you hook the right person.
So the hook did its job by in the first 3 seconds identifying podcasters. And that's where you're like, yep, got me. I see
Identity focused people. The original hook actually got me because I know Descript and I use them. So like I have like an affinity towards them. I find this really interesting because the story didn't do so much for me as an avatar. Like watching him go through the process of like editing it down and getting it clipped up, because I'm such a warmed up customer, it was the very first interface where you saw him clicking things. That got me in just because I was like, ooh, they're going to show me something new that Descript has. Then they kind of walked through an entire story and I was like, all right, well, I already do what this guy does. So like, it's a good ad, but it doesn't do
This is so fun. This is so fun.
why I'm like, you got to split these.
both-
And anybody who listens to Sarah all the time, you got to split up your ads depending on customer journey, like the phase that they're in. Cause this wouldn't hit me necessarily because I'm almost a purchase or beyond purchase. I work with them already. If I was top of funnel customer though, this is fantastic. Works really well for that customer.
So here's where I think I can slide in one final question on this one. It's like going back to, let's say, a little bit higher of an altitude of like, we're teaching people now. It's like, what do they focus on? How do we define the hook? When I watch this, the messaging anchor for me is
So these nuggets are made from chicken, but they're made to emulate the taste of like.
Right there. It's like remove filler
Yeah.
words, remove the ums. It's like tying it, like it's tapping into, like I think we talked about the functional, but in my mind, it's people who are a little bit self-conscious. And it's like, ooh, damn, like I really want to be better at that. Like there's personal growth that's involved in that process.
Yeah. Now, one thing I will say before I have a call that starts 30 seconds from now. This is where like I think people need to kind of throw industry benchmarks out because this ad is not going to have a good thumb stop rate compared to that Ridge ad or compared to like most consumer products, but that's okay. It's just because your audience is such a niche of a niche. Like it is podcasters who edit their own thing and who aren't very well spoken. I think I'm the only one in the industry that's like, I have a podcast and a stutter and I edit it. Like this ad was built for me and there's probably like 7 of them. So don't worry about like what other people's ads are getting. This did a great job of getting the exact right person to stop on it. I have to go. Thank you so much for having me. I'm glad I could
Appreciate you,
and
man.
help.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Sarah, I am curious to get, while we wrap up on our end, what I'm curious to get your opinion on here is like, remove the filler words can then be again shown in so many different ways. But it's like, my critique for this ad might be to introduce that earlier in the first 3 seconds. It's like the podcaster is like, you see it, but then you're hearing, and it's like a long drawn out version. So it's like, basically what I'm trying to understand is like, is this messaging anchor a thing? And like people who are elite ultimately think about this way when they think about it in hooks. And it's like the gap to fill is like how to get people to this messaging anchor in a hook.
Yeah. Well, and if you really hone in on what message they're sending to these podcasters, it's the message of you don't have to be perfect because you can just edit it and post. So you don't have to be perfect is the core brand why. That's the core why that we stand by. That's the one we live for. Descript stands for you don't have to be perfect. That's what we are. You can take that into anything, especially if you're like a newbie creative strategist or if you haven't done this for like a really, really long time. Think about what that brand core why is, and then you can go through and make a strategy for how do we describe you don't have to be perfect for someone who's top of funnel, for someone who's mid funnel, so someone who's bottom of funnel, because Sarah's very bottom of funnel. So she doesn't need to hear that message as much or as strong anymore, because she's already identified with it with the script. What Sarah probably needs to hear is you don't have to be perfect, and it's 20% off right now.
Huge.
That's how you start building strategy.
I love it. I love it. Okay, Sarah, the funny thing is, well, thank you for going through this with me. I appreciate it. I was sweating in the background. Oh my gosh.
We held it.
Here's the really funny thing.
Got it.
I actually think I fixed it all.
Did you really? Oh my God. Okay.
I actually think I fixed it all. And I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? I talked to chat.
We got to bring it back.
It's like, oh, this is, I think I'll try. I'm willing to try one more time if you are.
Yes.
One more time if you are. Okay.
We'll keep at it. We'll keep at it, guys. Oh my gosh, this was lovely. I appreciate you immensely. I'm just like, the more we can do this, better we get at it. So again, for everybody, just keep at it.
I just want the tech to work. I just want the tech to work. Oh my gosh.
But I love these conversations. It was so fun to have Nate on here too, because he's got a good take on this type of stuff. And he can often say it in less words than I can. So great.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. There was also some good chatter in the chat. Like Anthony Crane jumped in there. Zuha jumped in there. So there's some good chatter going on. But everybody, we appreciate you. We're going to try it one more time. I think I fixed it. So we're going to be making sure that the calls come in.
Let's do it.
But Sarah, you're the best. I appreciate you going through the ringer with me. It means a lot. It means a lot.
Yes. Here's to next time. Everybody props to Evan. You're doing great. Let's keep it going. We'll do another.